Enjoy. I'll watch the video.
Okay. The basics, right? This is like a car or any other system in the world. The less you move this door, the longer it's going to last. All right. So our thinking is get in this timer as little as possible. Stucco's kind of soft here in Anthem. This guy's up here solid. So I recommend either lock it and know it's locked, or I'd say leave it unlocked. But some people want to lock them. Okay. And here's why. Because you can't tell whether it's locked when you walk up to it. And if it's locked, sometimes people will jerk on this and pull it out of the stucco, and then you got to repair. Okay. And then when you do close it, locked or unlocked, there's a little piece of plastic right here, a little square. Mm-hmm. So that's it clicks. To get it open, you got to gently pull on that to get that open, right? Okay. Oh, so you had the same one. You had the same timer.
No, I noticed it last night when I locked
it. Okay, good. Okay, yeah. So the bottom line is you don't want to jerk this thing off the wall. And the door is pretty tough. The door's not going to wear out. The weak part of this is the best timer in the market. Lasts 20 years, bulletproof, Arizona sun. I see them over 20 years old. Super tough timer. That's why we use it. The weak part is this timer, or this dial. That being said, sometimes I see the dial missing. I don't know why, but this is the weak spot. So that being said, the less you monkey with it, the better. Okay. I got people, I swear to God, they're out here every day turning that knob. It's like, oh my God, oh my God, right? So anyway, so the knob, this says run. You got to be in run to get water, but this is off. This says off, but every one of these positions is going to be off. So if you're setting a run time and you close it, you're off. So be careful. You always finish your day up here if you're monkeying with it in the run position. Gotcha. So running off, and I'll just walk you right through this, how to set this thing. So right here, date and time. And right here, we can change, oh look, he's already got it set. So you can change the date and time going up and down. So it's 2024, then we toggle with these two buttons. 12:18, I'm guessing that's right. Yep. And 10:27 p.m. Okay, so perfect. So my guy's got it set. So that's it. Date and time. You should never have to monkey with that because this thing's got a battery right in here, and I've never changed this battery. So it's like a watch battery, but in 25 years, these last 20 years, I've never changed that. Right, it's amazing.
Well, it's a backup.
And it's not pulling very much power, I think, right? And all that does is, so when you're looking at the timer, this is what it looks like when you walk up. This bar is just telling me we got power here. If this is down, it's not going to be running. And then that means the battery is holding the program. So the battery won't run the system. It only holds the program if the power's out. But the power's never out, right? It's not going to be out for a week. Knock on wood, right? So you shouldn't have to worry about that. So then we go to start time. So on this,
are you going to have this all programmed?
I'm going to program right now. We're going to program right now, right? We're going to program right now. So there's A, B, and C. Programs A, B, and C. Okay. You've got one zone. You only need everything on A. So never get into B or C or you'll really screw yourself up, right?
Just A.
Just A. So it's A, B, and C is like 3 different timers, right? So if you had the lawn back there and we're going to water the lawn on a different schedule, that would make sense. But we're not. We're just running just your drip. So that being said, he's got it to go at 6 a.m. Some people say, like, should I not water during the hot time of day? The water's so close to the ground, there's no evaporation, right? So you don't have to worry about evaporation. I'm more worried about pressure. If I'm in neighborhoods that don't have great pressure, I wouldn't run it at 6 o'clock because everybody's taking a shower, getting ready for work, and the pressure might be lower. But here, the pressure's so high, so it doesn't matter. The only thing that I would consider would be when we turn it on, and I'm going to turn it on real quick. Sometimes, because of the house plumbing, it makes noise.
Okay.
But it popped on, it makes zero noise, right? So 0 noise. So 6 o'clock is fine, and feel free to change that. So anyway, so start time, you got start time 1, 2, 3, 4. Only need 1. You only ever need 1. So sometimes I come and people have a second start time at 6 p.m., right? You just doubled your usage. You doubled your water bill, right? And sometimes I come, there's 12 start times on BNC. I've been ones where the guy had 12 start times and wonder why his bill was super high. Well, because you ran 12 times what we had it programmed. So all you need is 1 start time, run time. That's how long that valve is on. Got it set for 2 hours. This can go all the way up to 4 hours. Okay. I think it goes up to 4 hours. Yeah, so on this model, yeah. So it goes all the way up to 4 hours. And I think we're going to set it, 2 hours. This is kind of a cold weather setting, 2 hours every. This is the only part that's confusing. You got to have every day of the week turned on, so it looks like it's running every day. Off looks like that, right? Universal off. A water drop with its line through it. So these all have to be on because we use this function. How we use the interval function. And on the interval function, if you come to Monday, every third day is Monday, and you come to Monday, it's off, it won't run. So then now you've done the opposite of, instead of doubling your water bill, you cut it in half, but your plants aren't going to be happy. So when you come down here to water days, it's on Monday, you hit the back button, takes you up here to this other function, which is the interval. And I think because it's cool weather, I think every 4 days is a good guess. So 2 hours every 4 days. Now we're at that half an hour a day average for winter. Okay. Our baseline that, like, if we just walk away any day of the year, is 2 hours every 3 days. Our system runs really good on 2 hours every 3 days. But U of A's telling me every 15 days, right? So it's a little tight interval. You're probably wasting water.
We don't want to do that.
We don't want to do that, right? And you'll know, once you run this for a while and you see your water bill, you'll know what you're using. So 2 hours every 4 days.
Okay.
Seasonal adjust we don't use. That's if you had 12 stations on here and I want to turn everybody up 20%, I'll have to go in there and change all the different times. So don't use this. You don't use this. This is a rain gauge that you can set up, but rain gauges don't work in Arizona with clay soil. Manual is if you want to run extra water. So you can really ignore all this.
Okay.
You can really ignore all this. So this is how I tell people. So you're all set. You really ignore this one too, right? So you're really only setting your start time, run time, and water days. So you're really only setting these two to adjust it up and down, right? So you either run it longer or run it more often, right? So make that interval smaller. Got to be in the on position. So now if you get to a setting, like, so a lot of times I'll tell people, hey, so you're at 2 hours every 4 days. If it was a little warmer, it's spring, I'd put you at 2 hours every 3 days. But a good way to manage it, if you don't want to monkey with this and be constantly setting it, once you get to a number you like, that baseline, it's 2 hours every 4 days and everybody's happy and your yard's happy, that's a great place to stay. And then how you can get it more and less, if you're here year round and you want to manage the water bill as low as you can, two things. This is where it gets to be third grade level. If you want less water, this is third grade stuff, right? If you want less water, turn it off. And less water is if we get a rain event where it rains for a week every day, real gentle, and the ground's wet and everybody's happy. I've turned our timers off for as much as 1 year. We turned them off for 4 months. There was so much water in the ground and the temperatures were low. Just turned it off for 4 months. That's an extreme, but to turn it off for a month or 2 months is not uncommon. Again, you're living here. You got to watch your plants, not let them die, obviously. Right. But this is a great way to manage that number down. When you're looking at your usage on your bill, because we run a lot of timers with flow meters and we run a lot of people that don't live here, humans use 1,000 each. So if there's 2 of you guys here, or 3,000, 2,000, pretty much a really good rule of thumb. So when you're looking at your water bill, if you use 5,000, you pretty much know me and my wife use 1,000 each and 3,000 in my yard. Is one way to gauge what you're using. Under 10,000 gallons in Anthem is very reasonable. Over 10,000 gallons is where they really start raising the price. Okay. You get to 20,000, 30,000, you're gonna get a massive bill, right? Yeah. So, and then the best thing is, like, when should I turn it up and when should I turn it down, is just looking at the plants. The plants are talking to you, right? If everybody's blooming, we're happy. We're happy, right? So opposed to looking at this or looking at your water bill, is look at your plants. If they're happy, then look at your water bill. Go, hey, we use 3,000 gallons in the yard. The yard's happy. This is where we need to try to be. So we're
getting good regular rain. We can shut it off for a few days or a few weeks and just turn it back on.
Regular rain.
Yep.
Not summer rain, though, because summer rain goes down the street.
Yeah, right, because it doesn't absorb.
It doesn't absorb.
Quick and so fast.
And people make that mistake. They go, oh, we got 3 inches yesterday. Yeah, in a half an hour, and they turn it off. And that's what the rain gauge will do. So some people have Bluetooth, and it's like, the Bluetooth will turn it off, right? Because the guy's in California programming it, and he goes, oh man, they had rain in Phoenix. Let's turn off the timers. And it's like, no, we didn't really have rain. Okay, so this is less water, and now how do I give it more water? So it's July, it's hot as can be, 120, 120, 120, 120. I gotta give it more water. You can either go in here and reset it and go interval and try to give it more water, or this says manual, it's a little hand. You don't have to use that because right here we got there's a hand right there too. So when it's in the run position, we only have the date and time here. Nothing's running. You can push this real gently because this piece can go bad sometimes too. But if I just hold that in for 2 seconds really gently, it's going to flash 3 times, and then it kicked on. So it's running when there's a sprinkler head, right? So the sprinkler head is telling me the system is now running.
So it's going to be doing all of its whole thing and running through a cycle. Okay.
And if it's running every 3 days and tomorrow's day 3, you ran it today, it's still going to run tomorrow. So it's extra water. So this is extra water. So that being said, it's 120 every day, and then you're going to go out of town for a week. And you're like, man, I really want to give it some water, right? It's not uncommon for me to run that thing, run it for 2 hours, come back out, run it again. I'm getting on the plane, I'll come out and run it again because it's not that much water. And when your stuff's stressing out in July and it's stressing out and you're stressing out, just come out here and don't be afraid to give him more water. And I'm gonna show you one more time because this is off.
Now you just kick it off.
I just turned that off.
Kicked it off, okay.
Right, and then we're back to just I got power. And it's just the date and time. So again, I'm just gonna open the door. It's in the run position. Just gonna gently push that in for 2 seconds. Flash 3 times.
And then it's gonna start running. All right.
And here's a more advanced. I'm gonna show this to you one more time. This is more advanced.
Okay.
And so when I hold that for 2 seconds, flashes 3 times. While it's flashing, I can go in here and I can turn this up, right? So let's say I'm going out of town. Instead of 2 hours, I can go all the way up to 4. So a lot of times I'll just run it 4 hours. If I'm gonna monkey with it and give it extra drink, I'm gonna give it 4 hours.
Gotcha.
Okay?
Gotcha. Good.
So super easy. And then when we leave, my guys always run it. So when we leave today, my guys always run it because we want to know it's on. We want to make sure it's running, And right now, I don't know, were you running it before?